Alright, magandang araw sa inyong lahat, class. Welcome to our last major chapter in art appreciation. Okay, so last chapter na natin ngayon, which is yung art in today's society. And I'm very excited to explore this topic with you kasi dito natin makikita how art connects with who we are today. Like how we think, how we feel, and how we move through the world. So, marami sa atin ang iniisip na art is simply drawing. Kaya naman yung pagpipinta. Kaya naman paggawa lang ng sculpture. Pero iba na kasi ngayon. Art has transformed so much that it now exists in our shoes, our phones, our clothes, minsan nga sa social media, di ba? Even the way we communicate, di ba? And today, we will understand why art is powerful and how it continues to shape us. So let's start with our objectives para malinaw naman kung saan tayo papatungo or patungo. Okay? Tayo lumipat ng aking slide. Okay, so at the end of this lesson, you're going to explain the concept of soul making in art and analyze hybrid fusion and appropriated art forms. And lastly, you're going to demonstrate awareness of contemporary Philippine art expression. So, meaning to say, explain natin yung soul making, which is a deep and personal concept in art. And yung pangalawa, we will analyze hybrid fusion and appropriated art forms. Ito naman yung mga halo-halong art na sobrang nauuso ngayon. Then yung panghuli, we will explore, sabihin natin, modern and contemporary art expressions, especially those happening here in our country. Pero tignan natin kung magagawa pa ba natin yung objectives number 3. Okay, so this is not just theory ha. This is about understanding the art happening in our own time. Now, let's begin with lesson 1. Ayan. Which is the soul making, art fusion, and transcreation. Okay? So, meron tayong quote dito. Ang sabi, teka, kita ba? Okay. Baka nakaharang ang aking... Hindi naman. Okay, hindi siya nakaharang. Okay, so, Faith Faith Baldwin once said, time is a dressmaker specializing in alterations. So, kung mapapansin natin, ang ganda ng quote na to, di ba? Kung ating iintindihin. Because it means time changes everything. And art is exactly like that. It alters us, it shapes us, and sometimes it heals us. Okay, so medyo malalim yun, di ba? So, let's start with soul making, ha? Ayan, ayaw talaga ano ng ano. Okay, sabi, soul making, it refers to individual expression through the art. Okay, kapag sinabi kasi nating soul making, hindi ito mystical or religious. It's psychological, di ba? So it's the way we use art to express our deepest feelings, such as fear, joy, trauma, even to express our identity, di ba? And this is the art that comes from the inside. Sabi nga ni James Hillman, di ba? Soul making feels like a death and rebirth. Why? Because when we express something painful or confusing through art, para tayong nare-rest. Because after releasing that emotion, parang nagbago ka eh. Diba? Parang nakita mo na si Jesus. Hindi, joke lang. So, ayun, parang may nagbago sa'yo kapag gumagawa ka ng art. Kasi nare-release yung tension na nararamdaman mo, yung sakit, hinagpis, poot, di ba? Lahat-lahat na. At yung fenomeno na yun, ayan, yung I mean yung ganong bagay, okay, ganong pangyayari, yun yung tinatawag nating soul making. Well, have you ever tried writing something when you're overwhelmed? Or drawing, like doodling when you're anxious? Or kaya naman, nakikinig tayo sa music to survive a heartbreak. Yan, di ba? Kapag sira ang puso. Ayan, nagdurugo ang puso. Kinig sa music, tapos magugulat kami ads sa kalagitnaan ng song, di ba? Okay, so yung mga ganung bagay, soul making siya. And art becomes therapy. Diba? Therapy natin yan, yung art. Okay, for example, di ba, yung mga student ngayon, they have so much on their plate. Meron tayong stress, expectations, di ba? Lalo sa mga magulang natin or kaya naman sa sarili natin. Meron din tayong identity struggles. Sabihin natin, ah meron tayong ang tawag din, yung crisis pagdating sa identity. Nangyayari talaga yan kapag nasa teenager ka. Or I mean, kapag teenager ka. And I think that's why soul making is so relevant today because art becomes a safe space for everyone. Next is art fusion, ayan, which is a very modern trend. Okay. So, art fusion happens when art blends with industry, such as brands, fashion, technology. It's when a company collaborates with an artist to create something unique. Ang magaganda dito, both sides ay nagbe-benefit. Sabihin natin yung brands become more artistic and the artist reaches a wider audience. Okay, so art fusion can even influence culture. It can challenge the status quo. It can make people see everyday objects in a whole new way. At ito yung dahilan kung bakit makikita natin ang painting sa shoes, sa bags, sa jackets, even soda cans, di ba? For example, ayan, yung isang designer bag with a painting of Van Gogh, at ito namang boot with a painting of Saint George, uh, the Dragon, or and the Dragon, ayan. So, ayan, kung makikita natin, ang dali, ito yung boat with a painting of Saint George and the Dragon. Diba? So, na parang high fashion meets classical art kasi yung datingan niya eh. And ito naman yung may may Van Gogh painting. Imagine carrying a museum piece as part of your everyday outfit, diba? So, kabog ka talaga dito. So, it's arts fusion at its, what do we call this? Ayun, its finest, okay? And these items become conversation pieces. So they make art accessible, diba? Not just something you hang, but just something, of course, you wear. Okay, so next, let's move deeper, diba? Move deeper. Ayan, transcreation. Okay, so transcreation goes beyond translation. Hindi lang ito about changing words. It's creating the message para bagay sa ibang culture. The goal is the same feeling, same impact, but using different uh, cultural tools. Think of it like this, okay? If translation is transferring the words, transcreation naman is transferring the emotion. Okay, nagigets nyo ba? Okay. So, in the arts kasi, transcreation can be, tawag dito, saan na ba tayo? Transcreation can be very exciting, di ba? So, you can transform music into text. Ayan. Or text into dance, dance into paintings, or stories into films. Ang favorite kong example dito ay yung ito. Yan. Yung Spider-Man transcreated for India. He became Pavitir Prabhakar. Okay? So, same hero essence, but new culture, new environment, and new storytelling. So, ang context kasi nito ay imbis na sa USA, si Spider-Man nag-exist. Okay, saan siya? Sa India. At kung mapapansin nyo, yung kanyang outfit, so very Indian culture, di ba? Okay, so next, ito namang McDonald's. Ayan, kung mapapansin nyo, Yung McDo sa some parts, okay, sa UK, kulay green yung McDo nila. And then sa US and other parts of the world, ayan, ang McDo talaga ay color red. So, sir, bakit po kulay green? Okay, so para ma-emphasize, okay, para maisip ng tao na mas healthier, okay, yung McDonald's nila, kaya green. So, ayun. So, mga veggie-veggie ang kanilang ino-offer dyan, iba. So, perfect for our kapanalig na vegetarian. No? So, next, the hybrid art forms and appropriation. Okay. So, ayan. So, dito pa lang sa picture natin, yan, mga pictures natin, magagets nyo na kung anong tungkol ba saan talaga tong hybrid art forms and appropriation. So, ito yun naman yung ating lesson number 2. Okay? And now, meron tayong quotes ulit, or quote. Yan. Trotsky said, art, it's not a mirror. It's a hammer. Yan. With which to shape it. Okay? So, meaning, hindi lang art ang reflect, it also shapes, challenges, and reconstructs society. This mindset is perfect for hybrid and appropriated art, which mix, transforms, and reprint meanings, diba? So, hybrid art forms are artworks that combine mixed origins, so much so that nawawala na yung linya between one art and another. Ayan. So, artists today mix painting with technology, science with sculpture, di ba? So, dance with projections. Lahat ng materials pwedeng gamitin. So, this freedom allows artists to express ideas that couldn't be expressed with traditional art alone. Yan. So, ngayon, meron tayong Levinson's categories. Okay? Tama. Okay. So, Levinson's identified three types of hybrid art. Okay. So, meron tayong juxtaposition, meron tayong synthesis, and transformation. Pag sinabi natin juxtaposition, pinagdikit pero hindi pinagsama. Yan. And sa synthesis naman, halo, di ba? Components modify each other, losing some original identity. For example, ibig sabihin halo, blending, para silang naging isa. And then next, transformation. One art form is transform words towards another. So meaning to say, one art from dominating, sorry, one art form dominating, but influenced by another. So hybrid art is one of the biggest reasons why, ayan, why contemporary art feels so experimental. Because meron din tayong tinatawag na two effects ayan, of hybrid art forms. Because hybrid art can be experienced in two ways. Diba? Una, integrative. Okay. It refers to cooperation towards a common end. Ayan. So, meaning to say it creates harmony and coherence. Like a beautiful orchestra. Then next, meron din tayong disintegrative. Okay, so lack of coordination, cognitive overload daw, ngayon sabi. So it means it creates chaos, and tension, noise, pero may meaning pa rin. Okay, so art doesn't have to be comfortable to be meaningful. Okay, kahit gaano pa siya kagulo, kahit hindi puro kasiyahan lang yung nabibigay niya, okay, makakonsider pa rin natin siyang art, 'di ba? Kasi ang art, dahil sa art, nakapag-express tayo ng iba't ibang emotions. Dahil sa art, na-express natin yung tinatawag natin one's identity. Diba? And next ng hybrid art forms ay yung appropriation. Ayan. So ito pala yung mga example pala muna ng hybrid. Ayan. So, meron tayo ditong, nakuha ko lang to sa internet. Ayan. Observe nyo na lang. Okay, so next appropriation, uh, ibig sabihin, one of the most controversial and powerful tools in modern art. Ayan. So, appropriation is when an artist borrow existing images and transforms them. Hindi ito plagiarism ha. The goal is not to claim ownership, but to make the viewer recognize the original image and think differently about it. So, dito, recontextualization is important, okay? By placing for example, by placing an old image in a new setting, of course, yung meaning nun ay magbabago. For example, ito. Ayan, di ba? Meron tayong mga familiar na artworks. So, ayan. For example, itong Mona Lisa. Okay, naging Daisy Duck siya, di ba? So, last time nabanggit ko naman kung anong meron kay Mona Lisa, di ba? And then, itong The Scream. Ayan. So, ito yung sa Bart Simpson ba to? Nakalimutan ko yung totoong pangalan. And then, yung sa ibaba, meron tayong Starry Night. Pero, imbis na, imbis na puno, ayan, si Batman. And then, yung panglima or pang-apat, ayan, yung The Girl with, ano yun eh, anong tawag ulit yun? The Girl with ayun, The Girl with Pearl Earring, ayun. So, ayun, naka-mirror shot siya, di ba? So, mga ganito yung mga example ng um, appropriation. Okay, so, hindi siya plagiarism na may tuturing. Kasi, hindi naman natin, yung idea, alam naman natin kung kanino galing, di ba? Yung original artwork, di ba? So, ang ginagawa lang natin ay, ang goal lang natin dito is to make the viewer recognize the original image and of course, to think differently about dito sa mga artworks na to. So, ito pa yung example natin. Wait lang. Kung mapapansin nyo, ayan, sa unang tingin, alam na natin. Ayan na yung ang huling food trip ni Papa J. Ayan. So, pero imbis na parang or sabihin natin mala ancient yung datingan, ayan, sila ay nasa, tawag dito, nasa talyer ba? Okay, ayan. Okay, sa paggawaan, something like that. Okay, so next, the last lesson for this chapter is which is the improvisation in various art forms. Okay? So, improvisation, ayan, meron tayong quote dito, creativity takes courage by Henry Matisse. Okay, kapag sinabi natin improvisation, ay discuss muna natin to kung tong quote ni Henry Matisse na creativity takes courage. 'Di ba? Actually kasi maraming sa atin na ayaw gumawa ng art kasi walang believe sa sarili, ayaw mag-effort, 'di ba? Yung pagiging creative kasi, tsaka yung pag-explore sa mga bagay-bagay, okay, para ma-achieve mo or ma-meet mo yung level na pagiging creative, ayan, or kaya naman pagiging artistic, kailangan mo mag-effort, kailangan mo mag-take ng courage, 'di ba? So, kailangan mo ding umalis sa safe zone mo or comfortable zone mo. Tama ba ako kung yun yung term? So, ganun lang siya. Kasimple. Okay, so improvisation is the ability to create something spontaneously, biglaan. So, walang plano, walang rehearsal, but full of creativity. Okay, so, uh, Sabi, life is unpredictable, di ba? Okay? So, art teaches us to adapt, to use what we have, to make meaning from chaos. And at yun yung tinatawag nating improvisation. So, mga examples ng improvisation, meron din tayong photorealism. Ayan. Photorealism is an art form that looks like a photograph. Sobrang precise, di ba? Sobrang detailed. Magugulat ka na lang, uy, drawing pala to. Ayan. So, magulat ka, drawing pala yun. Tapos, kasi akala mo, picture siya. Ayan. And sabi, it combines realism with elements that are not real. And it emphasizes traditional academic art techniques. For example, meron tayong chalk close photorealistic works. Ayan. So, ito yung mga example ng photorealism. May, kung mapapansin nyo, una akala nyo, picture talaga siya, photography, yun pala painting or kaya naman drawing. So, ganyan yung photorealism. Okay, pero interestingly, it's not just realism. Okay, it challenges perception, like real ba talaga or illusion lang. Okay, so next sa photorealism, meron tayong installation art. Ayan. Kapag sinabi natin installation art, it is immersive. Hindi ka lang tumitingin. You enter the art. Ayan. And sabi, it transforms specific location into interactive environments. Okay? It's site-specific, huge, and designed to transform the entire environment. Okay? When you step inside, the art interacts with you. It surrounds you. This is why installations are very popular in different museum today. Yan. So, ito yung mga example ng installation art. Diba? Mga pasabit-sabit natin. Yan. Iba pa, mga example nito, yung mga chandelier na malalaki. Ganon siya. Then next, meron din tayong tinatawag na applied arts. So, ito na yung panghuli. So, applied arts bring artistic design into everyday things. Okay. So, our clothes, our phones, our furniture, lahat ito produkto ng art and design. Ayan. So, may iba't iba rin tayong tawag dito, mm, applied arts. Meron tayong industrial art. So, it design process for mass produce products, design precedes manufacture. So, usually nakikita natin yung industrial art sa mga manual, 'di ba? Sa mga manual ng tools, ayan. Katulad nito, meron tayong barena. Okay? Kaya naman sa mga tawag dito, appliances, ganun siya. Pag sinabi nating industrial arts. And also, para makita yung iba't ibang parts ng tools or ng artwork na yun, di ba? Then, meron din tayong fashion, di ba? Sabi, uh, art of design and aesthetic applied to clothing and accessories. Okay, and it also influenced by culture and social attitudes, focus on originality, flattering fit, and comfort. Diba? And then, meron din tayong furniture. Okay, so kaya ang isang chair hindi lang upuan, pwede ring artwork siya ha. So it combines function and aesthetic in interior spaces, and it's essential for adding style and personality to interiors. Furniture should be functional and decorative. Ayan. So makapansin nyo, hindi lang sila basta kainan, plato, upuan, higaan. Mapapansin nyo, meron siyang pagka-aesthetic, di ba? Ayan. So may design siya. Okay, so that's all. And that concludes our topic on art in today's society. Marami tayong natutunan today. So, katulad na lamang sabihin natin yung art as therapy, art in industry, art across cultures, di ba? And art. mixed with technology. Siyempre, art and art that responds to lives unpredictably. Diba? So remember, art is everywhere. You don't just consume it, you live. Okay, so that's all. Thank you so much for your wonderful listening. Ayan. So ito yung mga references natin. Okay, goodbye. Good night. Actually, may sakit pa ako, pero sige lang, push lang natin to.